Hey, how you doing? And before you ask, no, I did not go to sleep in a wardrobe last night. Mainly because I work nights, but hey. No, but the point is I actually did that last week. Although that does remind me of an interesting occasion where I fell asleep in an empty bathtub on a high school trip to Italy. And I got a very unpleasant wake-up call when someone wanted to take a bath and found me lying there. On the plus side, I didn't need to wash my hair that morning. Much. So there's a guy who works for an Indian chief who has constipation. And the Indian chief sends his footman to the local pharmacist. And he says, "How? Big chief, no shit." So the pharmacist prescribes him some anti-diarrhea medicine. The guy takes it back to his chief, and he comes back the next morning and he says, "How? Big chief, no shit." So the pharmacist gives him some stronger stuff. The cycle repeats itself, and so the footman comes back and says, "How? Big chief, no shit." So the pharmacist says, "This is the strongest stuff we have. This will work." So he goes back, and so the footman comes back the following day and he says, "How? Big shit, no chief." So apparently Shaggy, the Jamaican rapper, apparently Shaggy has finally admitted that it was him. How about that? I always thought Shaggy was the honest person. I wonder why. I also wonder what it would look like if a guy masturbated whilst going down a zip line. I don't suppose you heard about the Liz Truss musical about her time as Prime Minister. It only lasted 44 minutes and the director got fired halfway through. So there's an Irishman who lost a £20 bet on the horse races. He lost a further £20 on the action replay. It makes sense that Rishi Sunak has decided that everyone needs to learn maths until they're 18. I mean, you do have to count on your own support sometimes. Math pun. So I was standing on a aeroplane and I fell off. Unfortunately, I wasn't wearing a parachute and I landed in an oak tree and I said, "Oh, nuts." So there's this cool girl I know, and she is having trouble with doing blowjobs, and I said, "Hey, suck it up." Not mine, of course. Okay. So there's this guy, and he asks me, "What's some good advice for persistent wind?" And I tell him, "Blow it out your ass." So I was sitting on a train the other day, and I fell off, and it was only then when I was wearing a parachute. Hard to keep track of those sort of things, isn't it? So there's a guy who goes into a bar and sees a tin of pound coins, and the barman tells him, "If you can make my horse laugh, you can take the lot home with you." So the guy puts the pound in, goes out, takes the tin away, and the barman sees the horse is laughing his ass off. So the second day comes, and the barman has, "All right, £2 coins, make him cry now and you can take him home." So the guy goes out to see the horse, after putting the £2 coin in, and as he's going to get it back, the barman looks back and sees the horse bawling his eyes out. So the guy takes the tin away, and the barman asks, "Just curious, what did you do to make him laugh one night, then cry the next?" And the guy says, "Well, the first night I told him my knob was bigger than his. The second night I showed him." I'll see you soon.